So here we are. We've completed the house. You got your occupancy, a little shed built over there.
Oh, yes. The shed is brand new to me today, and it looks great. Yeah.
A lot of fun putting that together. Tell me, if we can backtrack a little bit, where was your head when you were looking for a solution, or what problems were you running into when you were looking for a house?
Well, I originally thought of putting a stick-built house here, and it just seemed to drag on a really long time, and I wasn't getting very far in the permitting process. And in the meantime, the builder that I wanted to work with became non-available because it was taking so long. And then I guess we ran into each other at an ADU meeting.
Yeah.
And you were explaining about tiny houses, and so then, but I still was just thinking about this in addition to the stick-built house.
Yep, I remember that.
But anyhow, finally I thought, let's start with this at least and get this done.
Yeah, get a
Because
footprint
at my
on
age,
the property.
I don't have a lot of time that I want to waste, and so then it has moved very fast. It had dragged on for about 2 years till the beginning of 2019.
Getting your forestry permit and getting
Yeah.
all of the stormwater plan and all the other stuff.
Septic
design.
Yeah. And so then when early in 2019 we came to Wolf Industries and thought about getting a somewhat bigger tiny house, and you had plans that have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and there's not a loft bedroom or anything difficult for older people. And so it has gone really fast since then, because you have a good permit process, and your designs are already pre-approved out of Olympia. I think that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
And so anyhow, and we are very pleased with this. We haven't really moved in yet, but we're pleased with it. And then we decided to get a matching storage shed, which I'm just seeing for the first time today and really like. And,
well, that's beautiful storage shed.
Yeah. And so anyhow, it feels like this year things have really come together. And I felt too that the company that you work with re-permitting, efficient, and things started to move.
Yeah.
So,
putting everything together.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it, is trying to come up with another option. We're not a fit for everybody. Like you're thinking maybe to even still build another house out here and have this be the guest house. But that was what we're looking to do, is provide options.
Yeah, and it seems to me that you have, designs that would work for different age groups, or, that I think this works very well for people our age. It's light and bright, it's on one level, and anyhow, I think it's going to work real well for us.
Through the process, can you speak to anything that we got the comments there on permitting? Was there anything that you wanted to put for input to anybody that was interested in buying a house, that feedback for somebody that's maybe just getting started in this process? Feedback for how it goes, or? Well,
I thought that the manufacturing and transport end went really smoothly.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And that's where a lot of people have questions. They're like, their head's all confused, and how does the transport work, and does it get connected to a foundation? So from your perspective, that went pretty smooth.
It did, and I wasn't here the day it got delivered, and I saw all the photos. I guess the neighbor took those of, we're coming off a 1-lane public road and making a 90-degree turn. And I think Travis really worked very hard to inch it, onto our forestry road and bring it here. But no, I wasn't here that day. But when I came a couple days later, it was here and undamaged. And anyhow, it also, I thought that you have connections with, you know, good people for road work, good people for the
And not just
septic
connections, but
system.
you've got a track history with these people, and
Yeah.
they work
Yeah.
with you. You've worked with them, and they know you, and
Yeah.
you don't speak with forked tongue, as it were, straight across.
Yeah.
That's good.
These are people that have actually worked on my own personal house, right? Basil did my septic system, you know, Carvenens
Yeah.
and those folks for paving and, yeah.
Yeah, so I felt like,
Prairie Electric for the service coming into the site.
right, and then like just recently the propane tank installation
Yeah.
and so on. And so somebody told me that the invoice was tacked on the door, and so I called him up and said, you know, I won't be down for several weeks, and he said, don't worry about it.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
yep.
feel like the people that you recommended, all without exception, were very easy to work with and did
Yeah.
a good job.
Thank
So
you,
that
yeah.
that's a big help, because I'm
Well, with
not
you being
here
in
all the time,
Seattle
yeah.
or up north, it's
Yeah.
the timing. You got to make
Yeah.
sure that it's a cohesive team.
yeah.
So you came to me with a couple specifics that you wanted. We're in a forested area. You had a concern of forest fires.
Yes, I wanted the hardy board,
Yep.
the metal roof,
Yep.
and
Site preps.
yes, oh yeah, a lot of site prep.
Yep.
I should mention that, yes, because Prairie Electric did some,
Yep.
and Basil
Basil,
and
yep.
his partner
Yep. Jeff.
Jeff, who's
Yep.
really good at site work. Yeah, so there was a lot of good site work too. And
Did it feel like we accommodated those needs for your specific situation?
Yeah.
We got the hardy plank. We've got the metal roof.
I wanted the door that opens out with, and then
Oh, that's right.
the
This
safe,
door. This is
yeah,
not
so then you
typical.
right, and you have to get safe.
Yeah, the hinges that
Yeah,
are
yeah,
non-removable pins.
right. And
Yep.
so it seemed like for everything that I wanted to do, there was a solution.
Good.
So that
Well, that's one of our core values: solution seeking. Solution seeking. We gotta. If there's a problem, let's see how we can solve it.
yeah. So you know, I wanted more space in the country kitchen.
Yeah.
So the door could,
Open
you know,
out.
if it opens out, it works a lot better. And so that, you know,
Done.
so that was good. And and I wanted a non-wooden deck, because I have
You've got the experience.
I
of
have
what-
spent
what
so much
happens to
time,
these wooden decks in this,
yeah.
this area.
and so that was another thing that no problem. And let's see, what else did we? Well, I think those were
Yeah.
the main things, that to have as fire resistant materials as
Yeah.
possible.
Yep. And I think we got that Class A ratings. I mean, hardy plank.
Yeah,
You put it in a fire and it doesn't burn.
yeah.
So-
That's certainly what my insurance agent wanted to see in,
Yeah.
in the woods. So
Well, excellent. Is there any other closing comments that you might have for us? Maybe even feedback or things that we could do better, or
well, it exceeded my expectations. It went
Very well.
once
smooth.
once we hooked up with Wolf Industries, things moved right along, and I felt like things were done efficiently. If you're doing these kinds of materials and so on, it's not cheap, but it's good.
Yes.
And it
There were no untoward surprises. Everything fell
Yeah.
into place.
yeah, it really did. In fact, when I brought my sister and brother-in-law over to the office one day, and I was explaining something to you, I got this letter, and they were both impressed that you just took the letter, got on the phone, called up the person, and worked it out. And we had been trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to fix this, and blah blah blah. And so anyhow, they both commented that was good to see.
yeah.
You know.
Well, solution seeking. Get
Yes.
like, hey, we got a problem. Life is full of problems. It's nothing but problems, right? But if we look at it that way, well, let's look at it as the solution. So, I saw the solution was make a phone call. So
Yeah.
pick up the phone and go.
Yes, but I think that happened a lot of times. You know, that I had located a bunch of offices to try to deal with someone, but I just wasn't getting anywhere.
Well, I will commend you. Of all the clients that come to us, you had your paperwork and your details so bookmarked and dialed in.
But I was dead in the water. I couldn't. I had all the paperwork, but I wasn't getting
impressed.
anywhere. And so I
You're
felt
in the
like
top
the
1%,
The
put it that way.
momentum came from Wolf Industries.
We were able to help carry what you started.
Yeah.
What do they say? Standing on the shoulders of giants.